Minecraft 1.20 Trail Ruins add an epic sense of lore and a feel for adventure that Minecraft has been missing. But what sort of story are they trying to tell with these trail ruins? Were they ancient villages of a bygone era, long since buried and waiting to be discovered? Do they tell of a time when villagers used to live underground? Or do they tell us the story of when magic used to exist in the world, and these ruins really existed as cities in the sky? Today, we're going to restore that version of the trail ruins. The magic has long since gone, but what if we can bring it back? But in order to restore those ruins to their former glory, we're going to need a few things. The closest ruin is several hundred blocks away, and I'm not going to be able to carry all those blocks just between myself and Shulk. We're going to need a few extra Shulker boxes. But before we go to the end, I'm going to need more rockets. And fortunately, I have some cats that have offered their services. So let's get to work. Now we have a solid way to source our gunpowder, but now it's time to start a sugarcane farm, and I think we'll add bamboo in there because building in the sky is risky, and having scaffolding will make things so much easier. Now that we have enough resources to make these rockets, let's go to the end for some more purple boxes. This could be really bad, but let's try it. Oh man. Oh, I took a lot of damage for that. That was so cool. Okay, so that's our original city. We need to find somewhere new. Let's go. Ooh, this looks promising. And we can get a backup elytra. Drop your shells, please. Ooh, oh my goodness. I was not expecting this, guys. This one's really rare. Yes, let's go. Second elytra. Awesome. All right, come here, bud. We get you shells? Oh, this is what we're here for. That was way too close. Holy cow. I would have to say that was definitely a successful trip. I mean, look at all this. A bunch of diamond armor, a bunch of diamond tools, some saddles, a couple of extra elytras, some chests, some more iron, lots of gold. Of course, the new armor trim. I think we're set. I think we're absolutely set. And we have 39 more shulker shells. We should be good to get everything we need now. Let's go exploring. So I have cleared out a trail ruin on stream once, but I want to find a new one and go through that. Let's see what we can find. Oh, perfect. Here we are. This one was hard to find. It was covered by these leaves. And let's go ahead and clear these out and let's get started getting this thing dug out. What do we start with? Is this another pottery sherd already? Oh, nope, it's just a brick. Okay, so I have officially dug out all of this trail ruin, and it's gonna take a lot. It's been taking a lot of time. It's been like an hour or two just clearing out all of the gravel and the debris and checking for treasures and things like that, which we did get quite a bit of. We got a ton more armor trims. We got another relic disc and a few wooden hoes, some colors, a lot of pottery sherds, a ton of dirt and gravel, and some stone and bits like that. So we've got a lot, but in order to get this moved up out of the ground and back up into the sky where it belongs, I'm gonna need to dig everything out, all of the stone around it, and it's a lot. I really need to get a good look at it so I can rebuild it well into the sky. I think the best thing that's gonna help us out with that is getting a beacon. So I think I'm gonna make a trip to the nether and see if we can't get those wither skeleton skulls. Went to the nether and quickly went to the nether fortress that I had been to before. Unfortunately, it was really hard to find wither skeletons, so I decided to move on. And it took me a while before I found two different nether fortresses where I was finally able to gather the wither skeleton skulls. After gathering the wither skeleton skulls, I went straight to the end, dug a chamber underneath the return portal, and fought the wither in a battle of epic proportions. After the battle, I gathered my nether star, created a beacon, and here we are. After that adventure in the nether, and in the end, we finally have a beacon. Here's the thing. We're going to need to get some iron, I think, and maybe some gold. I don't think we have enough. I did not plan this well. Let's make a quick iron farm. I think that'll work. So I found a new farm design, at least new for me, from Voltrox. And it seems like a really simple farm that I won't have to go up high in the air for. So let's rock this one out. The basics of the farm is done, but I need a zombie still, and it's not nighttime. Sun is still quite high, so I've got to do a bit of waiting around. Oh, the joys of building farms in Minecraft. Hop inside, please. Nope. Oh, yes, that works great. Thank you very much. And, well, you didn't get the boat, but you still have some rotten flesh, so hopefully you'll survive. Believe it's time for me to take a nap. Yes, I do believe this iron farm is working. I need this to work for a little while, so I'm gonna go take a nap. And by nap, I mean I'm gonna go to bed in real life and AFK way up. Well, you can't see it from here, but way up in the sky while I wait for some iron and I guess some more gunpowder and sugarcane. See you guys in a jiffy. Finally, we are back over here with our beacon. Got everything set up. It's time to get this area mined out, and hopefully this beacon will make it fast. I've got to say I'm really glad that I got the beacon, because this definitely made things go a lot quicker. It took me about 2 hours to dig everything out the way that I have, and I can't even imagine how it would have been without the beacon. But now it's going to be time to scan the blocks, see what kind of blocks we have, gather them all up, take it over to Creative World, test it out, see what we can do, figure out some way to improve this, and restore it in the sky. I spent way too long in creative mode trying to design the thing and make it look so much better than it already does. Now it's time to do the fun part and gather up all of the blocks that are already here and move them. This actually looks really sad. Very empty and quite impressive. This whole thing used to be filled with blocks. Mostly gravel, you know, and suspicious gravel at that, but look how empty it is now. It's so sad. Need to run back, grab that shulker box back there behind me, and then we'll leave, grab our beacon, and head home. We made it all the way back home, and I think I have the perfect spot for this. Now, we know it's going to be in the sky, and that's of course why I'm standing on top of our AFK platform. This is where I think I want it to go. So there's our boat, and there's the trail ruin, and we'll see how it works. Need to grab some materials like scaffolding, and then we'll get to building. So I realized I don't have all the materials I need. I need a bunch of terracotta. I don't know if y'all remember, but the very beginning of the world at spawn, there was a mesa. So let's head back that way and get all the terracotta we need. Well, it's not quite spawn, but it's a little bit closer. Gather up all the terracotta we can and get out of here. Well, now that my picks are a mess and I have 2 full shulker boxes worth of terracotta, it's time to head home. And look at that mess I made. And that took literal 5 seconds. I get home and Dude Face decides to start throwing a trident at me. So I wonder, did I get it? Oh, what's the point of even trying to kill me? And he left all these tridents around. How rude. This area is what I think the trail ruins would have looked like before. There's obviously a few things that still need to be restored, like these areas over here. I can't quite figure out what to do with them, so we'll do a little bit of thinking. And then of course this terracotta bridge is just there because, well, I I needed something to walk on. But we have different houses in here with different job blocks, and you can kind of tell who's been working where, and it looks like we have a shrine of some sort, which I think is kind of cool. A little bit of a wider area open here, which is, you know, really I'm not sure what to do in there, with another house along the way here that has another grindstone, and each house sort of has a unique design, which I think is pretty cool because it kind of gives me a little bit of something to work with, which is pretty stinking cool. But I still think that this needs a little bit of work. So I think it's time that we gather more materials to do more work and make this place look a little bit more unique. Let's go. When you need a massive amount of glass, the best way to process that is with a super smelter with 20 furnaces. This thing is amazing, and it's been producing a ton of glass. This should help us out with making the cloud for our build, and I'm actually really excited about for how it's turning out. The next thing we're gonna need, besides all this glass, is a bunch of white dye, because a clear cloud has never before been seen, ever, unless that's the way all clouds are, and then they get ready to rain and it becomes white. You know what I'm saying. You can't see a clear cloud because that means it's invisible. First, it looks like we're gonna need some more coal or something to get this furnace system going well. So I'm gonna go hunting for some coal. We'll find a better way to do better fuel source later. Or actually, a lot of this bamboo might not be a bad idea. A great source of fuel. Hopefully this will keep us going for a while. Now, the next issue is I'm gonna need a ton of white dye, and there's a couple of ways I can get that. One, we could go to the nether, mine some of those fossils there, get all that turned into bone meal and then turned into white dye, but I want more of a automatic sort of way to do things, because I might need bone meal in the future. So it may not be the most efficient thing, but we can definitely start siphoning these poppies off and make an automatic bone meal farm that way. I just watched a redstone tutorial, so I'm definitely a master at this. Let's see if we can do it without breaking this thing. This is gonna take a lot of thinking, so I'm gonna do the thinking without the talking, and we'll just cut this up. We'll just cut it up. It'll be good. I think I've done it, but I'm not quite sure because we haven't actually gotten through all of the poppies yet. Oh, it stops at 18. Oh, that works. And we'll let our poppies go, getting us some precious bone meal for that dye. Now I just need to find a good way to get down here and make sure I haven't completely broken my iron farm. Okay, now you come over here and you can climb down this ladder. You can get poppies on the way down if you need, but we got plenty of bone meal coming in, which is nice. As long as we keep getting iron golems, it won't be efficient, but it'll at least clear out our iron farm from unnecessary poppies. Perfect! And it looks like our iron farm's not broken, so I'm really happy about that. So I spent a lot of time gathering the materials to restore the trail ruin to its former glory, but I decided that I wanted to add a twist to it as well. We have it up in the sky, but I think it needs a little bit more decoration and to make the rooms make more sense. So I gathered a bunch more materials and let's go place them. It took me several hours to gather all this material, so I hope you guys like it. There it is in its full glory. I really do like the white glass and how it turned out, kind of looking like a see-through cloud. You can still see the trail ruin through the bottom of it. I think it looks really good. And up here on top, I added a few things to it with the intention of also adding a few other things along the way. Over here, we've got a nice little area for some sniffers that I'd like to put in, and we'll have some spots for trees and things like that as well. You'll notice gaps in our little tree hedge. That's not a thing. Our hedge wall. That's what I meant. These little gaps will be for other trees as well to add some nice decoration. We have a nice little shrine here, which I think means that the villagers used to worship creepers. I'm not entirely certain, but they can drop their offerings here in this chest, and I think it looks kind of nice. And each of these buildings I gave a certain purpose. So this would have been our blacksmith. He would have had a grindstone, an anvil, a blast furnace, and a smithing table. Eventually, I'm going to come back in here, add some more decoration, but I think this looks pretty good for now. Of course, we have our light sources along the way with all of the lanterns, and this would be our brewer, or wizard? I don't know. You come up with the idea. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. They'll have barrels full of items that you could use, which really right now are just empty, with their nether wart growing for making the potions, and of course the brewing stand and a empty cauldron, because you can never keep enough water in the cauldrons in Minecraft. This building here is of course for the butcher, where we got some smokers and some shelves for them to lay out their meat. And ironically, it's the only place that I gave a bed. I'll have to come back and work on that later. In here, of course, we got an area for our librarian with many shelves, some of them empty, some of them full. I may come in here and add some extra enchantment books in here whenever I get the opportunity. And of course, they have their little study back here with a lectern. Then we've got the shepherd over here with his spare wool. And of course, I'll add some banners and things like that in here so he can show off his wares, but he's got a nice little carpet area here. And as you come up this way, it's a nice watchtower with a chest for special treasures. Really is empty right now. And back here, we've got a nice little farm area going, where I may actually add some composters. Really not sure how you say that. For some farmers to be able to tend the crops, we'll have some pumpkins and melons over here, and it looks like I missed a spot to shear. And by shear, I mean not shear, because you don't shear ground. And of course, we got another farm over here for wheat, potatoes, beetroot, and carrots and whatnot. Let's grab those extra details, but as you can see, this is what I think trail ruins should have been had they not been, well, ruins. So let's go grab those extra resources, a few cherry blossom trees, the sniffers, and we'll even add some villagers up here. Hopefully they don't get themselves killed. And now we have life. That dude was creeping me out. He was staring at me from behind. It's just strange. Added a few things in here, like a couple of sniffers and some trees along the way. I think this looks really great. And hopefully we'll be getting some torch flower and pitcher pod seeds from them. Also along the way, of course, I did add a few villagers to be able to take some of the jobs here. Added some pots to show a little bit more artistry. And of course, we ended up adding this, which is a banner or two that shows what the shepherd might be working on. Still have to add some plants back here, but we'll finish that up later. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you twist that like button and subscribe if you're brand new, and if you have the time, make sure you leave a name for the sniffers in the comments below. Thanks. Bye.